Alright guys, welcome to a new video, and today I want to show you a little bit about the new Code A qualifier that we currently have. I'm actually right in front of the esports stadium in Shinrim in Seoul, and this is where all of the Code A qualifiers are usually being held, as well as some of the WCG qualifiers of 2013 last year. And it's actually pretty amazing. Like, we had a little bit of a change in the format for the GSL, and that's why we have a lot more players now trying to qualify, because they have to go through the entire ordeal of the qualifier again. I just talked to Lenog and Haiva a little bit. Seed is here too, and also Choya, of course, watching out for his former boys. So it's going to be a pretty amazing qualifier, and I want to give you a quick tour through the venue to give you a bit of an impression. I know that we've seen the venue a little bit in recordings in the past, but I just want to give you a small peek, since this is also the location where in the past they held the Pro League 2013. So coming in the venue itself, you see that it's basically internet cafe. So usually when there's no event happening, you can just come here and play with your friends. Most of the players are currently already here, at least the ones that play in the morning group today, setting up their gear and just making sure that everything is good to go, because in I think about 30 minutes the games are about to start. So everyone is just setting his stuff up, meeting a couple of friends, and also just trying to prepare for the qualifier. We have, for example, Seed here as well. Seed not only the only one here, we also have Lucira currently just preparing for his matches, and in general just a ton of players. I mentioned also that Lenog is here, so we have him right there sitting next to Haiva. And this is just like your run-of-the-mill internet cafe. As you can see here, if you go to the front, this is the area where we had the Pro League in the last year. So currently there are no booths, or no nothing. But last year there were 2 booths that they had there, and they had also, of course, a couple of cameras and the entire camera team being set up. There are a couple of side rooms where the casters were sitting. For example, right over here you can see one of those doors, and in there they had like a really small studio where the Korean casters were sitting. The foreign casters were at a completely different venue. Yeah, but this is just the internet cafe where all of the Code A qualifiers were held in the past. And of course there's also a lot of press already here, people just taking videos and taking a couple of pictures, especially of course the Korean online news. They are doing quite a lot here. Ethan Ann will be here later on, just taking a few shots, and of course also tweeting about the results as you expect, and as he also did in the past. So just a quick peek at the venue, and well, the games are going to start very, very soon, as I already mentioned. We have so many good players here, and this is also one of the main reasons why I'm currently here, because I want to record a lot more first-person VODs for you guys. Lenog, for example, is one of the players that I couldn't catch in the past. I also would like to record one of Haiva, so I really hope that they go quite a long way through the brackets, so I get the chance to record videos of all of them. And I also had a couple of questions online, basically on Twitter mainly, and also on Team Liquid, if the qualifier would be cast at this time. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not going to cast a qualifier, because like the last few times it just turned out that it was way too much to handle. To be quite blunt, currently in Korea, in terms of like the foreigners or foreign caster, I'm probably the only person that really cares about the Code A qualifier, and I've been for the last 2 years kind of organizing everything in regards to coverage for the qualifier itself. But especially the last couple of times, it just got way too complicated to really do all of these things. The main reason is that the language barrier is quite a huge problem, because when you sit over there and you have to like try to get into the games, you have to entertain your viewers at the same time as you have to try to talk to players, try to talk to an admin, try to find out in the grid where exactly the players are currently positioned, if there's a game opened up. It's getting really frustrating at some points, especially if you want to also go into the player area and then record a couple of first-person VODs. In like 2 of the qualifiers, I had a little bit of help with Chung, who was trying to find a few games for me, or at least if he couldn't do so, translate when I wanted to talk to the players. But it's very different from an online qualifier, where I can just basically on Battle.net like message them. With the language barrier being an issue, and also the players just wandering around every single time when they don't play because they can't talk to the admins directly, it's very difficult to find these games and to get into the matches. And because I'm once again completely alone, I decided to not broadcast the games, but this time just focus on recording a lot of videos for you guys, trying to get as many first-person videos of the good players that we have. And by the way, talking about the first-person videos, if you missed them in the past, definitely check out the playlist on this YouTube channel, Khaldor TV, because there are like a couple of really amazing first-person VODs where you just see the player's monitor, his keyboard, and also his mouse. I recorded videos of players like Innovation, Flash, Lucira, we had Bomber, SOS, Rain, a lot of other players there as well. So definitely make sure that you check out that playlist. It's definitely worth it, especially players like Innovation and Sound just have crazy APM. And of course, how could I forget Lucira, the king of APM himself. And yeah, so that's going to be pretty fun. And it's a little bit sad because we have a really good lineup today, but I hope that you can understand that it was just way too much to handle, and yeah, doing it all alone without like any help, and don't get me wrong, in the past we always had a couple of people just stepping by and being along for the ride, like casting a couple of games, but in the end all the organizational stuff was on my shoulders, and the last 2 times just proved to me that it was absolutely not worth it. I had to carry my entire equipment over to the venue, couldn't use anything here, so I had to carry my PC and my cameras and everything else, the headsets, all the technical equipment over here and set it up, and then at the same time trying to keep up with recording videos of the players. And I just decided that I wouldn't go through that stress this time, but really focus on recording a lot of the videos. I hope that you guys can understand that. I hope you get a little bit of an impression of the venue here, and I will try to give you at least a lot of videos and a bit of coverage. If I'm able to get my hands on a few of the replays later on, I will probably also cast them and upload them to the YouTube channel as well, but I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to manage that, but I'll definitely try. So yeah, stay tuned and just watch the channel over the next few days, and then you will definitely get a lot of content from the qualifier of WCS here in Korea.